How's it going, guys? I'm Vivi and welcome back to the usual stuff. The Sly Cooper movie. Okay dude, what is it this time? Well guys, for this video I simply decided to sit down and discuss about the movie, go over ideas and talk about it. That's it. It's pretty much dry season for the Sly Cooper movie. The most we can do right now is speculate and talk about it. As a small Sly Cooper community, guys, why not just have fun with it? Let's all share our ideas. Let's all think about what could make this movie great. And who knows, guys, maybe Rainmaker or whoever's involved might stumble upon this video one day and they might watch it. They might even read all of the comments. Like I've said many times, guys, I want this movie to succeed. I really don't want to see reviews such as, oh, this movie is so generic. Oh, it looks like a Saturday morning cartoon. Boring. No, I really don't want to read that. The story has a lot of potential. If done right, if exposure is done right, then this movie has a chance of succeeding. And if so, the series will have a very bright future ahead of it. Now, I've realized that not a lot of people talk about the movie. It's not a bad thing, but how will the companies get inspired? I'm not talking about copying ideas or anything like that. It's just that when someone or a company watches a video or listens to someone, they get ideas, they get inspired. But dude, there's the video game. That's enough inspiration. Yes, but as a small Sly Cooper community, I believe that the small noise we make can actually make a difference. I'm not talking about spamming their Facebook and Twitter pages, guys. No. It's just that as a small group, we can come up with amazing ideas and Rainmaker or whoever will simply get inspired. And it might make a huge difference. The only source of noise we have right now is the concept trailer itself. The video so far garnered around 4 million views, which is absolutely awesome, by the way. But the comment section is filled with, whoa, where's the movie? I don't see any comments that go over ideas, and I'm simply hoping that these types of videos make a difference. If not, well, what are we gonna do? Anyways, guys, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go over some information I still haven't gone over yet. And I'm telling you from now, guys, it's old information. We're talking about 2014, and the thing is, I didn't make videos back then, so let's just say I'm catching up, okay? It tells us what Rainmaker or whoever's involved was planning initially, but they might be planning the same thing right now, so that's why I decided to go over them in this video. Alright, there's a bunch of cool links to some articles on Wikipedia. Now guys, listen, I know I said I would update you guys as soon as we get some Sly Cooper movie news, and I'm talking about Rainmaker confirming stuff. When it comes to Wikipedia, it's not that reliable of a source. Then again, it does have some links to some interesting info. And this brings me to one piece of information which is pretty obvious. So for those of you who are pretty new to this video, what do we know about the story in terms of characters? Brad Foxhoven, co-founder of Blockade Entertainment, explained the following. This was back in 2014, guys. We don't want to give up too much at this point, but it definitely revolves around Sly, Bentley, and Murray. Carmelita will also be in the film, but as for the villains, outside of announcing Clockwork, we intend on keeping that area a secret for now. So the story will focus on pretty much our main characters. And the story will focus on some elements of the first game. Okay, if that's the case, what about the Fiendish 5? They haven't mentioned anything. Well, they kinda did hint towards the Panda King. On the Rainmaker's official website, in the description, there's Mountains of China, which is mentioned. So I'm assuming they're talking about the Panda King. According to Blockade, the Sly Cooper movie will not have an origin story. And what do they mean by this? Well, the movie will not show how Sly grew up to become friends with Bentley and Murray. But here's what scares me about that statement. Are they completely going to avoid their childhoods? I mean, there's the cookie heist. I even made a video about this. I really want to see the cookie heist fully animated in the Sly Cooper movie, and the night of the attack. So by no origin story, do they mean they will skip that very important introduction where we see Kid Sly, Kid Bentley, and Kid Murray? I really don't want them to skip that. You want the viewers to understand the characters from the very beginning. If that's done, that right there will already engage the audience. And by no origin story, I think they also mean that they don't want to really show how Sly grew up into a teenager, how he became so agile. If they at least are willing to show the cookie heist or anything like that, that's at least something. There's only so much you can fit into an animated film. Here's an extra, guys. Apparently, the film will have some twists in it. If they ever decide to replace one of the Fiendish 5 members, assuming they're going to be in the film, which I hope they will, I'm thinking they could add in Dr. M. He was the brain of Connor's gang, Sly's father's gang. He could be the guy taking care of Clockwork's parts. And who knows, maybe they might decide to show how Dr. M betrayed Connor. That could be considered a twist, right? We haven't seen that in the video games. That will be something new to us fans. Next, about the initial release date. Yes, the movie was supposed to come out by now. I remember sitting in the train and seeing the trailer on my phone. Time flies. According to Blockade, the movie was supposed to get released in the first quarter, just like Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank got released in April, so I'm assuming that Sly Cooper was supposed to get released in April, originally. It sucks, but stuff happens. Okay, here's something that Foxhoven mentioned about the script. Since the movie is based off a game, the script is easier to write. It's quicker. True, I agree on that, but please guys, do not rush anything at all. I know there's a game, I know it's easy, I know you already have ideas out there, but it's an animated movie. Story has a lot of potential. Come up with something and make it an absolute awesome film. Yeah, but Vivi, if the movie satisfies fans, then I guess that's enough. Who cares about the others? Look, it's a movie we're talking about. Yes, we're a bunch of fans, we've played all of the games, but in the end, it's still a movie in theaters. A lot of people who are not familiar with the series will go watch it if marketing is done right, which is something the Ratchet & Clank movie lacked, by the way. It's one of the main reasons why the movie flopped. Look, the other day I was walking in the subway station and I saw an Assassin's Creed poster. A poster about the movie. I haven't seen a single thing like that for the Ratchet & Clank movie. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Anyways, let's move on. Blockade had confirmed that they were going to use the games as true source material, and I hope that the same thing applies for today. I'm not saying to completely copy the game. Have some elements from it. Don't make the movie too different. If you do that, the movie might be terrible, who knows? Or great, no one really knows. But a lot of fans will be disappointed if the movie feels way too different. Yes, casual fans might like it, but if you satisfy both groups, then even better. Take Dr. M as an example. If he replaces one of the members of the Fiendish 5, then we might get a great story. And that's probably what they meant by adding twists to the story. For those of you who don't know, Blockade and Rainmaker are actually very close with Sucker Punch. They're being very supportive. Now what's happening today with this lack of news? No one knows. What is Sucker Punch up to? If these companies are involved with Sucker Punch, what is Sucker Punch up to these days? I was expecting to see their secret project at PSX 2016. We didn't get anything. And these days I'm wondering, are they possibly working on Sly? I've said it many times guys, I don't believe they are. But these days, I don't know. Anyways, a video will be up discussing about that soon. I'm not gonna say anything. So what's next? The Ratchet & Clank movie. Okay, I know I'm going a bit off topic, but according to Michael Heffron from Rainmaker, he believes that the Ratchet & Clank movie flopped due to bad timing. In other words, he thinks that Zootopia and Jungle Book kinda interfered with the sales and stuff. But honestly, it's due to the lack of ads. That's it. That's all. I'm not gonna repeat myself. And yes, of course, the story also plays an important role in this. I'm just saying. Talking about the Ratchet & Clank movie, here's a very interesting statement made by Heffron. If Sony puts out another Ratchet & Clank title or updates releases, hopefully those will continue to arouse curiosity around the Ratchet & Clank movie from people who really love playing the game. We're hoping that back and forth will create great synergies. There are plans between Universal and Sony and PlayStation to do bundles, so people will be able to buy the movie and the game together in a special edition. This was mentioned back in September, a few months ago, not that far away. Now what do they mean by bundle? The Ratchet & Clank PS4 game is already out. The movie's already out. What's the point of making a bundle? I think they're talking about the future of these franchises. If they ever do decide to release a sequel to the Ratchet & Clank movie, which is highly unlikely in my opinion, maybe they might decide to bundle it with a Going Commando remake, reimagining, for example. Does that mean that the sequel to the Ratchet & Clank movie will not hit theaters? All I'm gonna say guys, we don't know. But what about Sly Cooper? Will that happen to Sly Cooper? I really want to see the movie in theaters. Yes, if they do decide to make a game based off the movie, release it after the movie, and like Heffron mentioned, make a bundle, release the Blu-ray Blu-ray of the movie, put it together with the game, and voila. A lot of people saw the Ratchet & Clank movie and played the game. They were like, oh, copy-paste, don't watch the movie, it's not worth it. I don't want that kind of stuff for the Sly Cooper movie, and I'm sure a lot of you agree as well. But in the end, guys, I am going to be super honest. I would much prefer Sly Cooper 5 to happen first. Alright, let's move on. Wait, I just want to mention one thing. The Ratchet & Clank PS4 game took 10 months to get developed, by the way, which is very impressive. Once the Sly Cooper movie gets DVDs and Blu-rays and decide to bundle it with a game which is based off the movie, then that means that they've been working on that game early on. I don't think they would rush the game and make it within a few months. No. But Vivi, what if someone is already working on a Sly Cooper game which is based off the movie? The thing is, they would need a script, right? They need the ideas from the movie and implement it into a game. So far, Kevin Monroe only has a draft. I don't think they would use the draft. I think they would much prefer to stick to the final draft. The main question we're getting today: why has the Sly Cooper movie been delayed? It's simple. It's due to Ratchet & Clank. Rainmaker's Heffron explained, "We believe in the approach we went for with Ratchet & Clank, but the film's performance certainly makes us have to rethink timing, how we release, and even budget numbers that we consider releasing films at. Timing is one thing, sure, but not entirely. They have to focus on the exposure, which is a very key component." So with that out of the way, guys, I want to share some ideas I came up with. Some of you might like it, some of you might hate it, some of you might be like, "Are you okay, dude?" Story of my life. I was on my way to school, in my car, stuck in traffic, in the middle of the night, rainy outside. I just kept thinking about the movie. What can make the Sly Cooper movie great? What makes most Disney animated films so successful? Moana, for example. 240 million box office. What's so great about it? I haven't seen it yet. I've read awesome reviews on it. 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ratchet & Clank had very good messages, but I've been reading reviews like, the movie felt so generic. The writing was so flat. We don't want any of that for the Sly Cooper movie, alright? What if the movie has something we've never seen before in any of the games? What if the Sly Cooper movie had a very emotional ending? Yes, I did talk about a very emotional and dark introduction. The night of the attack, basically. But what if they add more? If the movie captures the audience's attention emotionally, and if the movie does have a bunch of good messages, then a lot of people will be talking about the Sly Cooper movie. For the ending, I'm not saying to kill off characters which we love and see often in the series, but they could show something very touching. It might sound too much, but here goes. Sly walking up to his parents' grave. Is that too much? If Kevin Miller voices Sly, I want to see what this dude is capable of. I want to see Sly walk up to his parents' grave and simply talk. Make the movie a bit realistic. This kid grew up without his parents. Wasn't he curious at one point? His parents died in the beginning. Where did they get buried? I don't think their bodies simply vanished poof like magic. Come on, guys, think about it. You have this owl who hunted down his ancestors for generations. He eventually hired the Fiendish Five to do the dirty work for him. Sly witnessed the death of his parents. The movie can easily reflect on real life. People losing their parents in real life, walking up to their grave, simply talking. Sly didn't grow up with his parents to become the guy he is today. Yes, the same thing applies for Bentley and Murray. But when viewers will see the night of the attack, assuming it's going to be in the film, won't they start wondering about the parents? Where did they get buried? Whether or not Sly Cooper is even curious? I mean, think a bit realistically. Okay, Sly visits his parents at the cemetery. What's gonna happen? Sly's gonna talk pretty much to himself in front of their graves. Something like, "Mom, Dad, I did it. Clockwork's gone. He's finally gone. Mom, Dad." And then he starts breaking down. He starts crying and perhaps screaming, "Mom, Dad, I wish there's something I could have done as a child." Like clockwork, he was a threat for generations, and Sly finally dealt with him. Have we heard Sly even break down in one of the games? Have we seen him cry? Well, except when he was a kid in the introduction. Other than that, I don't think so. And I think this could be part of the twist. Seeing Sly Cooper breaking down into something we've never seen before. I want everyone to go like, whoa. If you want viewers to get attached emotionally to the characters, Rainmaker or whoever's involved, do it. The concept trailer already has a color noir feel to it. It does already look like a movie which might have dark moments. If you want the movie to get critically acclaimed, make sure the viewers get connected with the characters. If you want to make it more dramatic, add some rain, add some mud during that scene. And who knows, maybe Carmelita might be spying in the back, looking all worried. I don't know. We're not talking about a Pixar quality film. Yes, okay, but at least put in time and effort into the story. Character development is very important. I want people to talk about this film. If either Kevin Miller or Ian James Corlett can pull off an emotional scene like that, then wow. Here's another idea I've had in mind. Remember when I talked about the Fiendish Five, how they all should get the right amount of screen time? Well, for the Panda King, I think he could have a bit more. Here's why. The Panda King has a daughter. He's part of the Fiendish Five, right? He was involved in the night of the attack. Sly Cooper might find him and be like, Panda King, you have a daughter. Would you want your daughter to see you as a monster? Would you want your daughter to lose her father? Sly can make Panda King feel very guilty. We haven't seen this in Sly 1. Since it's a movie, it's going to have some elements from all the games. In the concept trailer, we see Bentley driving. He knew how to drive in Sly 2. So that right there is a small hint. Here's another one. Remember in Sly 1, when Sly's about to save Carmelita, he passes out, right? They could add another twist. Sly's passed out, he starts dreaming. He sees his mother tucking him into bed and telling him, son, one day you will find the love of your life. And whenever she's in danger, you will save her. And you both will always find your way back to each other. Boom, Sly wakes up, Bentley took care of the poisonous gas. And Sly saves Carmelita. Here's another one. In the dream, we might see his mother in a hospital bed. Maybe she was sick, and that could explain this whole mystery about her. And his mother could give him that message during that scene, before she passes away. One last thing I want to mention, guys. Recently, it was revealed that Rainmaker was going to merge with Frederator Networks and Studios to form the company called WoW. Who knows what this means, guys? Maybe a bigger budget, more brains than one. Well, sometimes more brains than one can be troublesome. A bunch of people might agree on an idea and a bunch of people might disagree on an idea. I'm sure they can figure it out. I made a video about this. If you want to check it out, go ahead. Now, I want to say something about Sly's mom. You said that she might be in a hospital bed, but wasn't she murdered during the night of the attack? The truth is, we don't really know. Sly mentioned, my father fought to protect us. Does us mean his mom, his dad, and Sly, or does it simply mean Sly and his dad? We don't know. If the companies decide to go with the story such as Sly's mother being sick and passing away, then go for it. That's pretty much it, guys, for this video. What did you think? Are these ideas way too far-fetched? Did I take this too far? Be honest. What do you think will make the Sly Cooper movie great? Share everything in the comment section below. And hopefully, if Rainmaker or whoever's involved stumbles upon this video, then they might see everything and take everything into account. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.